What is up, y'all? This is Rainbow Fire, the unicorn. That was the last unicorn. And I want to make a video talking about why my fursona is a unicorn. Why I'm walking the woods. So yeah, I want to talk about this. Okay, I know you guys aren't seeing anything. You're just seeing me walking through the woods. Alright? But this is why my fursona is a unicorn. This is why my fursona is a unicorn. Because of the last unicorn. As you may have heard. Try to focus on, guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, the last unicorn, if you guys could read that. Yeah, get a minute, guys. Yeah, it's up. Anyway, who cares? Let's talk. So, the reason my fursona is a unicorn is because I like the woods. I like nature. I like walking these trails. I like going places that people haven't gone before. And when you walk through the woods, you just don't think, why, you don't know what your fursona wants to be. The reason I picked a unicorn as my fursona is because I love nature. I like woods. I like hunting and all that. Yes, I'm a deer hunter. I used to love, that was one of my favorite sports. I was always into outdoor things, nature, and walking through things, and, you know. And the last unicorn, based off of this book right here, that's basically what this book is basically about. A unicorn walking through the woods to find their own kind. And, holy crap, I think we're stuck, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, I think I just found the trail to get out of here. So yeah, the last unicorn was basically a film that inspired my fursona. Because I like the last unicorn. I like, ow, 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 ow. Stick got stuck in my hat. But I'm good. Anyway, here's the trail. Funny story, guys, is this trail that I'm walking on was actually the trail I made a video about. So where we're walking is actually a spot where we actually walked years ago. About with that train, this is actually an old train area where I'm gonna walk on. It's even my fursona. So right here is a video I made long ago talking about the train. This used to be a railroad track. From all of these trees right here, from all these down here, years ago. This is a train track, all the way down here. I made a video talking about that if you want to see it. Anyway, so this is about my fursona. The reason I chose the unicorn as my fursona because I love the last unicorn. It was one of the best films I grew up with. And I love being outdoors. I love being in nature. I love, and there's other many unicorns. There's other many unicorns in culture, like, well, not culture, but unicorns weren't that popular. And they weren't. Trying to make sure there's no one over there. Unicorns, they're not as popular in the community, the fandom. In the furry community, there's not that many unicorns. There is, you could tell they are because the model furry community. Unicorns have come back in the furry community, but it's rare. Sorry guys, I hear someone. So yeah, unicorns, they were very, very popular in the furry community. They're not as big. But like I said, the reason I chose a unicorn is because I love nature. I like doing this stuff. See what I'm doing right now? I like walking. I like walking the trails. I like exploring things that I don't see anymore, you know? And unicorns kind of touched me because I did expect my fursona. I thought my fursona was going to be a dragon or a scaly or... Because unicorns... Well, I do have a couple fursonas. I do have a fursona as a horse for Zootopia. And I have another fursona as a zebra in Lion King because I like equines. Most of my fursonas are basically equines because I love equines. Pegasus and, you know, that's all I like. I love horses. But the reason I chose a unicorn as my main fursona is because I love unicorns and I do like magical creatures. Yes, I could have picked the dragon. Yes, I could have picked this. But the unicorn just stuck out with me because I like to walk. I like to walk to the woods and do things, you know. Unicorns are one of those creatures that connected to me. And that's it. So guys, I really like how, yeah, there's a boat right here. Yeah, you can see that. People go duck hunting here where I'm recording. You can see the duck spot thing. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you guys. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna get on it actually, you know. I don't want to. I don't fall in that water. There you go, guys. I'm not gonna get in here because I got my phone in my hand. I'll just stand right here a little bit, okay? So yeah, the reason like I said, guys, the reason I keep saying it again, but unicorns connected to me because when I saw The Last Unicorn, I was really hooked to the film and the franchise, and I just didn't know what my fursona to be. Most people choose foxes, wolves, or cats, or wild cats, or big cats, or most people chose dragons as their fursona. But a lot of people in the furry fandom say, why did you choose a unicorn? It's just a unicorn touched me because when I saw The Last Unicorn, I thought of myself as an anthro. I can imagine myself as an anthro unicorn walking the woods every day, living in a cabin in the woods, living alone. And I love not living alone. I would have something to keep me company, but like I said, it's just the way it is, guys. Unicorns are like that creature that connected to me. And I love that kind of stuff. I always loved unicorns because the creature was really good, and that's it. Now you're wondering, will I ever change my fursona? Probably not. Probably I won't ever. Because I did not grow up with this movie, The Last Unicorn. If you could see it. I did not grow up with the movie The Last Unicorn. The movie connected to me when I was young. I watched it with my girlfriend. We saw the movie. We saw the franchise. We saw the movie how it was. And that's how it was. The Last Unicorn movie was probably one of the best movies I've seen. It was one of the best animated movies. Sorry guys, I got a call. So like I said, The Last Unicorn was a great film, and honestly, it was one of the best. I just don't know, guys. I would never change my fursona. I know a lot of people say that fursonas, a lot of people say that unicorns are meant for, like, a lot of people say that unicorns are girly-ish and all that kind of stuff. I don't care. Unicorns are just magical creatures like any other creature. And the reason I picked a unicorn is because I like the outdoors. I love the woods. Look at this. I love nature. I absolutely love nature. This is what I love to do. I love to walk the woods. And this is why I picked a unicorn as my fursona. And look, I don't care what, if you're new to the furry fandom, pick a creature that resembles you in the furry community. And the reason I picked a unicorn is because I love The Last Unicorn. You hear it every time I say it. Rainbow Fire the Unicorn, The Last Unicorn, because I love The Last Unicorn. And that's why I picked the unicorn as my fursona. Now we're going to start heading back because I got to go eat. They already made breakfast for me, so let's go walk back. So guys, like I said, I might make another video walking this one time, because I know you guys like this one. But yeah, these are abandoned railroad tracks where I'm walking on right now. See? So, like I said, guys, the reason I picked the unicorn as my fursona is not because of what it is. And plus, unicorns, they run. See, I can run like one. Anyway. But no, like that. I'm just checking something, guys. But it's like, because I see these unicorns in the Last Unicorn, they run free. I think of unicorns as a free animal that runs wild and open, and they go for the woods, and and when I saw The Last Unicorn, I was hooked to the movie so much, guys, and the movie brought joy to my life. And honestly, you're saying that movie's really sad, and I was like, yes, I know. I know the movie The Last Unicorn is sad because she was the last of the unicorns, and I kind of see myself as a unicorn anthro, walking the woods every day, being on my own, not carrying nothing into the world, and that's why I chose a unicorn to be my fursona. Now look at this guy props, who I'm about to show you. Yeah. Wait a minute. There's a guy named Peter Beagle that wrote The Last Unicorn. And I'm going to thank him right now as I'm walking through this. Peter Beagle, I don't know if you will watch this video, but thanks to you for making The Last Unicorn as a book, as a movie, and me discovering your all thing book. I discovered my inner fursona, and it's a unicorn thanks to you. And honestly, I would never change it because I love anthro unicorns. I like magical creatures. I like horses, and I'm not going to change that. And like I said, guys, I'm really happy that my fursona is a unicorn. But yeah, thanks to Peter Beagle. Peter Beagle, this guy right here, he wrote The Last Unicorn. If you can see that. He wrote The Last Unicorn, and that's because my fursona is a unicorn to this day. Because of that man that wrote The Last Unicorn, Peter Beagle. He's a really good author. Thanks to him, that's why my fursona is a unicorn. Alright guys, we're going to walk out of this woods because I got to get back. They already cooked breakfast. So we're going to head back. Yeah, I've walked this many times, and like I said, that's the reason my fursona is a unicorn. Because I love walking the trails. I love walking woods. I love nature. And that's why. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop this recording, and we're not gonna walk for that crap, that was thick. But yeah. Alright, I'm almost done recording. So guys, like I said, this is my story why my fursona is a unicorn. Thanks to this movie, The Last Unicorn, and the book. But that's why my fursona is a unicorn. Now you know. Thanks to this book, The Last Unicorn. But yeah, that's it, guys. Peace. But this is Rainbow Fire, The Last Unicorn. This is Rainbow Fire, known as The Last Unicorn. Peace out. Peace.